Good afternoon. So nobody really turns into my lives until later anyway. So I'm just gonna record this. Okay, so this is for the beauty industry professionals and the people just getting into the beauty industry. If you already know, then this is not for you. This is just for people starting off in the permanent makeup world, even in the hair world. I mean, because that's where I originated from. Did hair for over 20 years. So I have moved to 3 cities in my career. I have been in Savannah, I moved to Charlotte, I moved back to Savannah, and I moved to Atlanta. So each time you move, you have to start all over with clientele, right? So this is just for the young entrepreneurs out here that have recently taken a class and you're struggling with building clientele, okay? This video is for you. So I am currently hiring a junior permanent makeup artist. I'm trying to fall back a little bit from clients and I'm trying to focus more on the training. So I'm currently interviewing permanent junior makeup artist. So I had a young lady that called me yesterday and I tried to call her last night to make sure that it was okay to talk about this, but I get this so much. I think this needs to be talked about because I hear it all the time. So the question was, she was applying to work as a junior permanent makeup artist. I asked her for her Instagram because you guys, Instagram, even if you don't get any likes, even if you don't get anything, that is still your portfolio. Back in the day, we used to have to print out our pictures and use them as a portfolio. These days, Instagram is your portfolio. That is what people want to see how you work and your quality of work and in your work. So on her portfolio, it was only 3 pictures or 3 videos of brows. That is not enough to make a determination to be hired unless those videos are just intricate videos. So first things first is if you are applying to work anywhere at any position, you're gonna want to build your portfolio. It's not about gaining followers. It's just about laying a foundation to show and display your work so people can see it. That's what you're presenting to the world. When I first started off with permanent makeup, I teamed up with a very popular nail salon in the area that I was in Peachtree City. And it was a Vietnamese owner. I was kind of worried about working with her, but she was very welcoming and she took a lot of pressure off of me building clientele. She helped me build clientele. I had 2 small kids and it just took a lot of pressure off of me. So I would say, the first thing you do when you go in to interview them is they want to see your work. So that's first and foremost, you have to post your work on your page. Secondly, when I asked her how many clients she does a month, she said 2. I said, what? Now this is a major problem. How much do you charge? And she said $4.99 to $6.99 or $7.99. I think it was $6.99. That is an astronomical amount for a beginner. If you do hair, hey, how are you? If you do, hey, hon, you got somebody coming in behind you? Oh, no problem. Awesome, thank you. So, if you are a beginner at hair, right? You have to practice what you just learned in school or whatever technique you may have learned in the hair salon. You're going to practice. You're going to try it out. You're going to experiment. You're going to get better on it. Then your price is going to ease up. So I'm going to be honest with you. I tell my students, you're going to have to jump out here and charge $50 on your first model. You know how many heavy hitters do free work? They do free work because they may be experimenting with a new technique and you're not going to charge we're not even talking top dog prices. We're talking beyond top dog prices for something that you are experimenting with to learn. So also, it's not market range. You need to know your market range price. And just because some people are charging $5.99 and $6.99 in your area, you need to know how far out they're booked. Like, are they booked out weeks? Or are they just taking one client a month? Or are they taking 2 clients a month? And people lie these days too. They say they're booked out, they're not. I've seen it firsthand. All nationalities will say they're booked out, and they may be booked out because there's only 2 people on the book for the whole month. When I say booked out, I mean the whole schedule is booked from morning until late afternoon. That's booked to me. That's booked. So even if you see somebody charging $5.99, thank you, $5.99 for brows or $6.99 for brows, that does not necessarily mean that you are up to par to charge that much as well. You have to crawl before you walk. It's not only beneficial for you to do it because you need to see how the brows heal, how the color is taking. You need to see skin differences. If you don't have an aesthetic background or esthetician background, you need to see the different types of skin, how they heal, how it heals on oily skin, how it heals on dry skin, how it heals on Caucasian skin, older Caucasian, ethnic, Asian. You need to see that. So you're still learning. You're still, just because you take a class for 2 days does not mean you're done learning. That is your whole foundation and your formula, and you still have to go back home and put in the work and do your due diligence. So the pricing is, I know people who do beautiful work for $200 and $250, and I'm not saying stay at that price. I'm saying when you first get out, if you are working in your home, which is not a licensed facility, if you are working in your home, if you are don't have a built up clientele yet, you don't have people consistently booking, lower your price, okay? Let me tell you something that I learned a long time ago working in a hair salon. I started off doing micro braids when I was 12 years old and was in the hair salon at 15. It was me and another girl in the hair salon doing micro braids at the time, okay? So this was way back in the late 90s. All right, I charged $100 for micro braids. It took me 8 hours. The other young lady charged $150, took her 6 hours. My work was more intricate and detailed and precise. Her work wasn't. It was more rushed and sloppy and whatnot. So me and her had this conversation about prices before. I said to her, why do you charge that much? In my mind, I'm not trying to be rude, but in my mind, I'm saying, I really do more detailed work than you. Why are you charging more than me? But I'm trying to just get her feedback on it. So she was like, because this is what I'm worth and this is what I'm going to charge. And I said, how is that working for you? And I say, how is that working for you? Because here I am, I do more detailed work, right? I'm very intricate. It takes me 8 hours, but I'm customer service results driven and she's money driven. You get the difference? I'm results driven, she's money driven. So if I'm in there 8 hours for $100 and she's in there 6 hours for $150, but you have 2 people a week and I have 10 to 15 people a week, who do you think walks away with a bigger bank? This is before scaling and Instagram and everything. This is back, we're talking back in the dinosaur years at this time. But who do you think walks away with the bigger bank? So in essence, she's money driven, but I'm making more money because I'm customer and results driven. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes lesser means more. And I'm not saying undercut your prices. I'm saying pay where you are at. Like I literally did $50, $100 for a few clients, $150 for a few more clients, $200. The better I got, the more confident I got, the higher the price. So it got to 250, it got to 300, it got to 350, it got to 400, it got to 450. You cannot take a class and jump straight out to 450 or 500 or even $699, what I heard yesterday, because nobody's gonna book. And that might be a major problem that you're having building clientele. And you need the images just as much as they need the brows done. You need the content, you need the images, and you need the videos just as much as they need the brows done. So this is a win-win. Keep in mind, you may be coming from a job where you were making $15 or $20 an hour. Even if you charge $150 for 3 hours, you're making $50 an hour. Why would you think you can make $150 an hour if you just were making $18 an hour in like an instant? It just doesn't work like that. And this is the business, and anybody who's been in the business will tell you this. You do have to crawl before you walk. What was something else that kind of, I'm trying to think. Also, you know, guess what? Just because you take a class, don't quit your day job, because if you got to work a side hustle until your small business picks up and this is your main breadwinner and you're putting back and building slowly into your side business, it's going to go like this. Okay? And then eventually when your side hustle starts making the money, then you can let go of your, you know, your side hustle, your job. And that's how it goes. You want to balance the scales like this. You don't want to go straight to this, because it's not going to happen. And what you're going to do is you're going to be severely disappointed. So this is a formula that I have used with moving city to city to build clientele. And I have switched careers. If you've known me for a while, I've switched careers from hair to PMU. I've switched cities multiple times, and I've always had to build my clientele from scratch. So this is a known, proven, results-driven fact that sometimes you have to, you know, humble and go lower on your price to build your portfolio. And then once your portfolio is built and you have something to present to the world and to where you want to work at or whatever you want to do, then you can ease up on the price. So I hope this helps beginners in the game. Do not get frustrated. This is something that we have all been through. It's a part of the process. Trust the process, and you'll have a bright future. Just get the people in there. There's a lot of different marketing tips. I do offer business consultations for $50 for 30 minutes and $100 an hour. I have a whole 20 thing list of ways you could improve your online presence, your marketing, your just all kinds of stuff. I mean, I have so many techniques to build clientele and to get more clients in. So if you're ever interested, it is on the book appointment link in my bio. Feel free to book. Even if it's 30 minutes, I guarantee you will get gems that could benefit you in the future on how to build clientele, or what you may be doing wrong or what you may be doing right. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect, but I'm to a point I don't want any more clients, and I've gone through this before. So take it from a vet. It will be beneficial for you, and just don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop. Talk to OGs, talk to mentors, talk to people who's been in the game. Learn from them. Be a sponge. Don't be a rock. Absorb everything. That's who's really winning, is people who absorb everything like a sponge. So good luck on your journey, and I'm always here for you if you need me. Thank you.